Is that a sign I love to see or what? Welcome to the best country in the world. Oh, I said on my last video, I'm heading to Scotland in October and I'm about 30 mile away now from where I'm going to start. I'm doing the Abbeys Way, or to give it the full title, the Borders Abbeys Way, and it's a 68-mile circular. It's supposed to start in Melrose, I think, but I'm going to start in Howick because it's the closest part to the M6, which I've come up. So I'm going to just park my car in Howick and then I'm going to set off. And we'll go for a 68-mile walk. So come with me, guys. And here we are. Time to leave Bob for 5 days, 6 days, however long it'll take. This is Howick. And I've found this little car park on the way into it. It's not paying display either, so there's no reason why I can't leave the car here. And I'm going to head off over this way, cross a bridge, follow the river down, and the actual trail is in about a mile. And it's waymarked with like an A and a W standing for Abbeys Way. So Bob, behave yourself, lad, and I will see you, I'm thinking Saturday. I put a note in the window saying vehicle awaiting recovery, even though it's not. Just keeps the police away. Not as though anyone's going to rob a Kia Picanto. I mean, come on. 998cc of death. Right, let's go for a walk. Let's go for an autumnal walk. 68 mile. I'll probably be doing a bit of detouring, so it's probably going to be about 70. You know, because I'm going to be nipping into the towns and stuff and resupplying, and I might do a few little offshoots. Right, let's crack on. We've only just set off and I've got myself a companion because my left boot is squeaking like mad, and that is gonna be like that all the way around. So I'm gonna call him Squeak. But you know what, the colours are already beautiful. I've only just started off. Just walking down the side of the river in Howick now. But this is what I wanted. I wanted to see the colours of autumn. I mean, we're early autumn. It was only autumn last week when I was camping in Snake Woods. But me and Squeak, my old trusty boot, are going to have a great time. And I brought Brett Clements as well, so there's 3 of us technically. And this, comrades, is my first way marker. Ta-na-na! So it's like got an A and a W, Abbeys Way, pointing that way. So at the moment, I'm just on a bit of a road. This is coming out of Howick. Howick's just a typical little Scottish town. Very grey, but surrounded by hills. And the climb out of it is just uphill. That's why I'm a bit out of breath. And I've got to walk on this road for probably about 2 miles, I think. And then I branch off. But yeah, my first little way marker. I'll get sick of seeing these over the coming 5-6 days. I've decided anyway, my little Squeak, my little friend, I'm not going to call him just Squeak. I'm going to call him Squeaky Sanchez. So he'll be my daytime companion and Brett Clements will be my nighttime companion. This Abbeys Way is not disappointing. It's absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. It is gorgeous. And you know what? I've just seen a red squirrel. Not seen a red squirrel since I was a kid. Only get grey squirrels where we live. So from Howick, it was a big climb out of Howick. And then from there, it's been just a mixture of going over some fields, going through some forest. I'm now coming down here. I'm going to end up going out into the open for a bit, and then I'm going to come into some more forest just before Selkirk. And that's where I'm going to be looking to bed down tonight. Probably would have done about 12 mile, 10 to 12 mile today. which is far enough. I only intend doing 15 a day anyway, and I've had to drive up here. So weather's fine, a bit windy. It was really windy on tops before. A bit of light rain, but got surrounded by cows as well on a field, and there was some young bullocks who were like puffing the chest out and thinking they were hard. So I had to sort them out, which I did. Me and my trusty stick sorted them out, and wasn't an issue in the end. But I thought, oh my god, there's about 30 of them surrounding me. So beautiful though. Do you know what? I've not seen one person. I've not seen one person anywhere. And I've been watching YouTube videos about this walk, and even in the middle of summer, once you get away from the little towns, there's no one out, and especially now this time of year, you know. So just how I like it. Right, I'll come back to you when I've found a pitch and I've set up for tonight. Well, I've got to say that first night's sleep was absolutely a nightmare. Oh, do you know what? It wasn't even forecast. The wind last night was horrendous. That is one of the windiest nights I've ever had in a tent. Rivaled probably only by when I camped up near St Sunday Crag years ago. Oh, it was just... I got out of the tent about 1:30 in the morning just to check it was still pegged down properly. Because I've not camped on a great spot. I was running out of options last night. I know, like it says in Scotland, you can legally wild camp anywhere, but I was running out of options. There wasn't that many good places. I just seemed to be going across a lot of fields with bulls and cows in it, and I thought, I don't want to be bloody camping in here because I'll end up getting trampled at middle of night. And it started going dark, and I ended up going through a bit of a wood, but it was more like a plantation, so you couldn't get in it. So there was nowhere around there, and then I ended up just walking down a path, and I thought, it's going dark, I'm going to have to put my head torch on and just try and find something. And I found this little spot. I'll get out the tent and show you. Only problem is with it, the ground is about 1 millimetre thick, and it's all just rocks underneath it and stuff. My pegs aren't in properly. I've bent about 4 of my pegs, so I'm going to have to straighten them up. It's still a bit breezy out here, so oh dear. Aye, so this is kind of where I've ended up, under these trees, and this is the path that I'm on. That's where I'm heading down. That's the direction I came from last night. Just outside Selkirk, probably about 2 miles outside Selkirk. So yeah, I was walking down and there was nothing, and then this path kind of opened up, and this area here underneath the trees presented itself. But like I said, this field behind me, the wind has just been roaring down here all night, and it was absolutely battering me. Sounded like I was at the side of the ocean. But anyway, I'm on my holidays. You know what I mean? So let's enjoy it. It's looking overcast and it's looking a bit grey, but there's no rain at all in the forecast for the rest of the week or the foreseeable future, which is brilliant news. So let's get back in this tent a minute. Do you know what? That drive here yesterday from the M6, when you come off the M6 and you follow the A7 then towards Howick, that was gorgeous, that drive. You're kind of just driving through a big gorge, like a big valley, and it's a fast road as well, you know, doing about 70 on it. So yeah, so today I'm gonna make my first brew of the day in a minute, and then we're gonna go and push past Selkirk. I'll have a look, see if I can get something to eat as well while I'm there, and then we'll push past it, and I think it's over towards, is it Melrose after that? I think so. Right, catch you later. This is the main thing I've noticed about the Borders Abbeys Way. If you're a woman on your own and you don't like bulls or cows. I mean, look at these. They're all looking at me. There's some big bulls here as well. You know, but unfortunately, my path's bringing me straight by them all. Come on, cocker. Come on. Out the way. You just got to be confident, you know what I mean? With these young bullocks especially. They look like they'd have a go if they could. And they're all bulls. Oh dear. Hey, I'm from St Helens. Alright. Don't want me messing with me, cockers. Right, we've pitched up for our second night. I'm in a big plantation just outside Melrose. It's about a mile off the actual track, but it looked a big plantation, and I thought I'll find somewhere in there and tuck in. And that is exactly what I have done. Tough day today. I found it really hard. My shoulders are killing me, my feet are killing me. Do you know what? I'm seriously thinking my days are numbered with this doing long distance walks, carrying all the gear. I really do, because I've loved it, and I love the freedom that comes with it, doing this kind of stuff. But it's now tipping over into becoming more and more unpleasant and more like just hard graft, you know. And I've not given myself stupid mileage, 15 mile a day, but it's still being quite painful. And my rucksack's as light as I can get it, really. You know, I mean, if I was to spend a load of money, I could possibly get a few pounds lighter, but it's still, it's just getting older. It's as simple as that, you know what I mean? I've been doing this stuff since I was 17, carrying big packs on my back. You know, I'm nearly 56, and it's getting increasingly tougher. I mean, luckily I can still do it, but I'm not enjoying it as much, because for all that I'm looking around today and for all the beauty and everything I'm seeing, I'm thinking, oh, I'm still in pain though, I'm still in pain. You know, so we'll have to see. I'm already thinking about cutting a bit off this walk. I'm not actually going up to Kelso, actually cutting from where I am now over to Jedburgh, and then finishing the rest of it, cutting a section out. Because, you know, I don't want it to be a head down arse up thing, and I don't want it to be being in pain and having to try and get somewhere. That's not, I stopped doing that, you know, a couple of years back. Well, last year actually, when I was at Brecon Beacons, when I had an epiphany. And it was more about, you know, enjoying myself and connecting with nature. And I've been trying to do that today, but at the same time, everything's aching. Me hips ache, my feet ache, my knees ache. Even my eyeballs are aching. Didn't sleep much last night because of that wind. So I've set up nice and early now. It's 4:30. So it'll be going dark probably in an hour and a half. So I'm going to get some food. I'm a bit dehydrated as well, because water's not been in abundance either today. So I've just had to kind of fill up when I can get it and go without when I can't get it. Right, so this is where I am, just outside Melrose for the second night. Day 3, sweet people. And as you can see, I've got no rucksack on my back. Basically, I had such a nice chill night in that forest last night, which I needed, that I'm going to stay there again. I was having back cramps and everything last night, so my body needs a break. So I thought, right, today I'm just going to leave my tent there in that forest. No one's going to find it. You'd literally have to trip over it to find it. So I'm pretty confident no one's going to stumble across it. Obviously, I brought out my keys, my wallet, my phone, blah, 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 just in case anyone does find it. But no one's going to find it. I'm pretty confident about that. And I thought I'll just explore around here. I'm going to go down into Melrose and have a look at it properly, because I just kind of scooted through it yesterday with my head down, just trying to get the miles under my belt. Saying it wasn't forecast rain, we have got light rain at the moment. beautiful round here. This behind me there is an old Roman signal station, whatever that means. And there's another big hill behind me. But I'm looking right out over to Melrose and beyond down there. So plan of action is get into Melrose, have a look at it, get some videos of the Abbey, go and get something to eat, get some 3-in-1 coffee sachets because I'm running out. Have another night there tonight where I was last night, and then tomorrow it's a 1.5 mile walk into a little village. I'll get a bus from there to Jedburgh or Jedburgh, or however it's pronounced, and that will then be the final leg of the trip. I'll probably camp just outside Howick, probably do about 10-11 miles tomorrow walking, and then the last day a couple of miles back to my car and back home to Blighty. So that's the plan of action. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, I found my limitations yesterday. You know, I think future trips, days and days on end, carrying a big rucksack again. I'll have to do more, like, you know, going off in the car and doing stuff. You know, doing road trips and then dragging my rucksack out and walking a couple of miles and finding a camping spot, that kind of thing. Instead of just walking, carrying a bloody caravan on my back. Like I said, it's not that heavy compared to what I used to carry, but I'm not 20 anymore. At least I can admit it, you know what I mean? It's getting old, I'm getting older, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. Happens to the best of us. Welcome to Melrose Abbey. Can't say I'm doing the Borders Abbeys way if I don't get a video of an abbey on it. It's £4.50 to get in, or I can just stand here and look at it for free. It's not gonna be any different if I get closer to it. Never understood that with Stonehenge either. Why people go and pay to go to Stonehenge, because you can't even get near the stones, and you can drive past Stonehenge and look at it from your car. But yeah, Melrose Abbey this, and the first one ticked off the box. I just want to catch this little bit on video because this is the walk from Melrose back to my camping spot in the plantation. And yesterday when I was looking for a camping spot, I just thought, wow, this is just absolutely gorgeous. So I just want to capture it, because I think out of all the walk I've done so far, I'll always remember this little path coming up to the plantation where I'm camping, and I always remember it as a fond memory. So I thought, let's get it on film. Well, I've just been informed by one of the locals that this is the bus stop that will take me to Jedburgh, and that's how it's pronounced, not Jedburgh. So I mean, basically I'll try and post my route. I'm cutting a bit of a dog leg out, to be honest, because from Melrose it goes up to Kelso and then it dog legs back to Jedburgh, and that's the bit I'm cutting out, and it works out being about 30 miles in total, but it'll make it a 40-mile hike instead of a 70-mile hike. So this bus journey is only going to be about 25 minutes, and then we'll carry on from there. I'll see you on the bus. Well, this is my second Abbey of the trip, Jedburgh Abbey. Doesn't look as good as the other one at Melrose, I'll admit. But the little village down there looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to take a walk down now. So literally now, I'm on the last leg of the trip. It's probably about 15 miles back to my car. So I'm going to see where I'm at come 5 o'clock tonight. And if I'm still miles away from my car, I'll camp out again. If I'm like within a mile from my car, I might as well just carry on back to my car and drive home, miss all the traffic. So we'll see what happens. But definitely a good move cutting that 30 mile out. And it was only a 25-minute bus ride. So yeah, let's see where we end up later on. The long and winding road leads me to Oh, tell you what, I'm blowing again. Just on my way out of back in the countryside now after Jedburgh. Lovely little village, Jedburgh. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where I'm at 5 o'clock, and if I'm literally within striking distance of my car, then I might as well just head home and avoid the traffic instead of just camping a mile or so from my car. And to be honest, looking how I'm progressing here, I think by 5 o'clock I'll probably be at my car. So it might just be a case of heading home and making hay while the sun shines, while it's not rush hour. But lovely day again. Hot. It's about 14 degrees. But, you know, I've been doing some soul searching again today. I've been doing soul searching every time I come out doing a walk. But this is going to be my swan song as far as planned long distance multiple day hikes go, because like I said, I'm finding it difficult now, and it's not like years ago when we could go out and do 20-mile hikes, and then at the end of the day you'd be all having a laugh and a beer and sat round a fire, and you'd be saying, oh, it was a tough day today, wasn't it? But you'd be all right because the rucksack would be off your back and you'd be fine. But now, increasingly, it's not all right once the rucksack's off the back, because I've still got the pain and the stiffen up, and I get all kinds of bloody cramps and all kinds. So it's literally taken a whole night of doing nothing just to try and recuperate enough energy to go again the next day. You know, and I think my body's telling me that doing these long distance multiple day hikes is probably a thing of the past now. If it's tipping over from being enjoyable to being a bit of a slog, then I think it's time to knock it on the head, to be honest, and just do other things. I think in my mind I've already started doing that anyway, hence the reason I bought a big tent and started making a base. I mean, 5 years ago I did the Pennine Way, or part of the Pennine Way, and that was the first time I really struggled on a walk, and I thought, oh my god, you know, I never used to struggle like this. And that was 5 years ago. And then after that came the Northart Walk, which was only a 33 miler, and that's when I decided I needed lightweight gear, because I struggled on that as well. So I've got lighter gear now, and I've got a few more years advanced. But even now, I mean, this is only going to be a 40 miler in the end. I used to do 40 milers in 24 hours when I was at army, carrying heavier weights than this. You know, it's the reason why you don't get people in old folks' homes going for the heavyweight championship of the world, or people who are 90 running sub 10 seconds 100 metres. You know, your body slows down, just a natural progression. And I'm quite excited for the next chapter, actually. You know, maybe the cars are going to come into it more, and I'm actually going to cover more distance and getting out and just walking with the rucksack on and finding camping spots, and then going back to the car and moving off again, or making a base for a few days on a campsite. Don't know, I mean, the wild camping's not over by any stretch, but planned multiple day hikes of bloody 70 mile plus, it's not realistic for me. I'm just being honest, it's not. I want to enjoy my time off. I don't want my time off being endurance. I've done enough endurance. And you know what? You know, people could say, oh, my dad's 70 and he's still hiking with his pack on his back. You know, my joints and my muscles and this body took a lot of punishment over the years. I'm not just talking in the military, I'm talking me pushing myself. You know, there's a lot of miles on my clock and I'm feeling it. So look out for the next adventures, whatever there will be. I don't know what else I've got. There's nothing really planned this year. We're going to be coming to November soon, and then it's the run up to Christmas. my busiest time of the year. So I'll be getting out on a few little wild camps between now and then, but the next big thing is January. I've got about 10 days off in January. So I'm thinking again, what am I going to do now? I'm thinking Scotland, but I'm thinking Scotland road trip with the car. A few things I really want to do in Scotland. Really want to camp in the Hidden Valley at Glencoe. That's only a 1.5 mile walk from the main drag that goes through Glencoe, but it looks amazing. You know, what I've said on YouTube, and that's another thing I need to remind myself. When I'm sat in my flat watching videos on YouTube, and I'm seeing people doing all these mad hikes, oh, I'll go and do a 120-mile hike through the Alps, and I'm sat at home on my nice settee thinking, oh yeah, I might have a go at that. Just remind yourself, Mikey boy, how you feel when you've got your pack on your back nowadays. You know, just keep that for YouTube. It's easy looking at it on telly and thinking you can do it, but once you get the pack on your back and you start going up and down these hills, it's a different story for me now. So, right, let's see where we end up at 5 o'clock, and I'll come back to you later. Just check this out. I've got to get this on video. This is absolutely bizarre. This is a path, and it is just made purely out of wool. That is all wool. Like discarded wool. Must admit, it's the softest path I've ever walked on. But it's literally a path made out of wool. What's all that about? Coming towards the end of my hike, everybody. Got about 3 miles before I get back into Hawick. But I'm ready. I'm ready to get back to my car, so I might as well head home tonight. It's not worth camping for another night when I'm so close to my car. I might as well head off and beat the Friday traffic. But you know, it's been a great trip. This, you know, putting aside my aging body and just summarising the walk, it's absolutely stunning. It's an absolutely beautiful walk that I would advise anyone to do. You know, I know I've been lucky. I've had a period of dry weather and we've just come through a really dry summer, but my feet have not been wet once on the whole trip. The whole way has been wonderfully signposted and waymarked. Absolutely no issues. It's all been very varied. Some of it's down little tracks like this. Other parts of it are on main roads for quite a few miles. Other bits are on little B roads. Other bits are going up and down hills. It's been a lot of up and downs. That's probably why I've found it quite difficult. But there's been hardly any people, apart from when you get to the towns. So the Borders Abbeys Way as a walk, I would highly recommend it. I can't say what the dog leg part's like because I've missed it out. I think a lot of it's walking alongside riverbanks. Look beautiful, and a fitting end to my long distance hiking days, because this is my swan song. This is it now. This is my last multi-day tab, and I'm quite happy about it. It's just a different chapter of life from now on. Right guys, hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next trip, which won't be a long distance hike, adios.